I declare our 123rd commencement exercises open. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the Chancellor of North Carolina Central University, Deborah Saunders White.
Welcome to North Carolina Central University and to the 123rd commencement exercises. As we begin these commencement exercises, I have three simple requests. First, please turn off all mobile phones or place them on silent. Second, please do not obstruct the view of others by standing when not requested to do so. And finally, please refrain, and I know this one's going to be hard, from excessive celebrations when degrees are conferred. We want everyone to enjoy this celebration. Let me begin by offering my sincere thanks to the faculty and staff of this wonderful institution for all of their hard work in making this day a reality for more than 400 graduates. Will you join me in saluting them? And now to the class of 2014. I want to be the first on behalf of this fine institution to say congratulations. Well done. Our great institution, North Carolina Central University, is designated a military-friendly institution because we make a significant effort to accommodate our veterans. Will all of our graduates who are also veterans please stand and let this body recognize your service. I'd like to share a couple of stories with you about members of this class of 2014. Mr. William Pagan, would you please stand? William is a fourth-year evening program student in the School of Law. He currently practices as a patent agent at Coates and Bennett. Law school is challenging enough, but also he has a full-time job that creates a high-level challenge that William must certainly meet every day, and he does so. The School of Law recently awarded William the Daniel C. Sampson Award for Scholarship for attaining the highest academic average after 3.5 years in the evening program. Here is more about this very accomplished legal eagle. William is an award-winning software developer and patent engineer. He was previously employed by IBM, and while there, distinguished himself as one of their most prolific inventors. His inventions have resulted in more than 100 patent applications, earning him the title of Master Inventor and recognition as IBM's Inventor of the Year at Research Triangle Park for 2009. Last year, William wrote the following about the work he does. He says, "I capture and advance the dreams of inventors, dreams that are beyond our technological frontier and offer glimpses into a future world of endless possibilities. By helping inventors secure a competitive advantage in the marketplace, I bring these dreams to reality. And this is impressively inspiring." William, this North Carolina Central University family salutes you. Congratulations. I will now like to ask the family of Michael Butts to please stand. Michael's degree will be awarded posthumously. He passed away 3 weeks ago on April 16 after a long battle with cancer. Michael earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from North Carolina Central University. He completed his graduate coursework in clinical mental health counseling while also fulfilling his duties as a full-time employee, father, and husband. 2 semesters after being admitted for graduate work, Michael was diagnosed and began battling cancer. He underwent several chemotherapy treatments and surgeries, which caused delays in his academic progress, yet he persevered. His professors in the School of Education said that Michael was the epitome of a North Carolina Central University Eagle, whose spirit is remarkable and determination unstoppable. He lived with incredible grace and poise. So today, I'm delighted that his wife, Sharita, and 4 children remain in our thoughts and our prayers, and Ms. Butts will be receiving his degree in honor of her husband. To parents and extended families of the members of 2014 graduating class, we need to provide a hearty congratulations and thank you to you, for you have provided many hours of sacrifice and support so that the folks that we see here on this floor could be donned in these academic robes. To the members of the faculty, you've created a marketplace of ideas for these graduates that help to create and sustain the mission and vision of North Carolina Central University. To the North Carolina Central University staff and administrators, you provided the infrastructure for these graduates to thrive on these sloping hills and verdant green. To our Eagle alumni, you worked tirelessly to keep our NCCU alive. To Ms. Tanya Davis, President of the National North Carolina Central Alumni Association, job well done. Graduates, stand now with Mother's Day only 2 days away. 2 weeks, I'm sorry. Please stand now and let's play a special tribute to our mothers, to our grandmothers, to our aunts, to those strong folks that have stood behind us. We'll also include our dads and our granddads. and our professors. North Carolina Central University was the first public institution to require our graduates to engage in public service. So I would now like to ask all students who are receiving NCCU's Service Impact Award to please stand. These students who are highlighted in your program are being recognized for their outstanding dedication work in the community. Thank you so very much for making truth and service a reality for this community. So now, I ask that Reverend Page, our university chaplain, come and provide reflections at this time.
Good afternoon. Chancellor Saunders White, Dr. Ruffin, Board of Trustees, members of the platform, faculty, staff, parents, and families, and to the graduating class of 2014. It is my honor and pleasure to provide reflections for the beginning of your celebration. Dr. Marion Wright Edelman, who's the president and CEO of the Children's Defense Fund, once said, "Don't feel entitled to anything you didn't sweat or struggle for." So today, do you have a right to feel entitled to something? Congratulations on closing this chapter in your journey for educational attainment. And I am sure there are many thoughts that are traveling through your mind right now. But if you would, just for a moment, place it on pause and reflect on how you have reached a major milestone in your life. You have been challenged, you have been nudged, and sometimes pushed. You have become frustrated. You even thought at one time, this is just not the time, but you still persevered to make it to this golden moment. Reflect, if you will, upon the sacrifices that you have made, the unexpected burdens that you have endured, the hardships you've had to bear, the sometimes pain that was surrounded you, but through it all, you managed to overcome those obstacles that you had to deal with. Even the barriers that got in your way. But quickly, you had to put aside differences that you knew would hinder your success. No doubt you had to tackle some long nights, drive some distances, make way for some quiet time, even seek the higher presence. But even still, through it all, you maintained that this I can do it attitude. There were some laughs on the way. There was even a smile written all over your face. However, I am certain there were some days that you could find little joy. Your eyes were moist with tears. Your hand was tired from writing. But through it all, you endured to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Even reflect today how you fought for a parking space. Spent your very last dime on a book. How you battled to get your point across to your colleagues. And then the courage to stand when you believed in something that would support your thesis or your project. These are all ordinary things that come with extraordinary duties to achieve the degree that will be yours momentarily. But in the midst of this reflection, you cannot help but remember that after all of these frustrations and through all of my disappointments, whether they were up or down, you can now reflect on your life and what life will be like because of your commitment to believing in yourself. We salute you today. It is your day, and you deserve the very best in life. Allow me to impart this poem with you as you walk out of this gymnasium on today. Life is a book that is written with you in mind. It contains many chapters that each have an outline. The chapter that you are closing today will no doubt continue to pave the way. This chapter has had its ups and downs. This chapter has had its smiles as well as its frowns. This chapter is filled with many struggles. It also has a joy, for we had to toil through the rubble. Why not listen? It was worth the time. I'm glad that I endured because it was worth every dime. I would have given up at the very beginning. I'm so glad I continued to the ending. This chapter I now can close, for God is leading me to another road. I surely don't know what the end may be. I will just hold his hand, for we all shall see. What opportunities does exist, much greater now if I persist. The next chapter will surely tell if I will continue to dwell. I will give it all I got, for the Creator has given me a lot. Don't stop now, for the doors are open. This chapter is closed, and you are now blessed with a token. God bless you.
Next, greetings will be given by the chairman of the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees, Dr. Dwight Perry, the Vice President of the Graduate Student Association, Mr. Senani Mobi, and President of the Student Bar Association, Mr. Ronald Williams II.
Chancellor Saunders White, members of the families, faculty, staff, students, alumni, trustees, and friends of North Carolina Central University, to our speaker, Dr. John Ruffin, the candidates-elect for both master's and Juris Doctor's degrees. It is my honor, on behalf of the trustees, to bring greetings at this significant time in the life of the university. To the candidates for advanced degrees, all of whom are gathered in this place to celebrate with you in this ceremony of passage that marks a significant milestone in your career. A commencement is indeed a time of celebration. It is also an opportune time for reflection. As you reflect, consider the vision and determination that has brought you to this occasion. That determination and vision is the foundation upon which NCCU was founded. Our axiom of truth and service is more than a mere mantle used to decorate our institutional logo. They are underlying values which have made the difference for many persons who have earned postgraduate degrees from this institution, equipping them to make meaningful contributions to our society. Many people hold advanced degrees, but it is those who enhance academic achievement with good character who make the difference in their career area and who make a positive contribution to society. Be among those who have augmented the value of their degrees by continuing your determination to further truth and integrity in your field of endeavor, and by providing dedicated and high-quality service to humankind. Remember this institution and all others who have supported you in your academic achievement. Use your advanced knowledge to learn even more, and to gain wisdom. And in doing so, you will continue the NCCU legacy, quote, "You will mount up on the wings of eagles." To each of you, the advanced degree candidates of 2014, congratulations. Thank you.
Chancellor Saunders White, Chancellor Saunders White, NCCU Board of Trustees, administrators, Dean Jackson, NCCU faculty, staff, alumni, distinguished guests, and graduates. Greetings on behalf of the North Carolina Central University School of Graduate Studies and the Graduate Students Association. I would like to express pride and congratulations on your achievement today. What a wonderful day it is today. What a great day it is to be an Eagle. The culmination of your hard work, your dedication over the past few years has arrived. Over the years, you've endured a battery of examination, a battery of thesis presentation, a battery of thesis defenses, financial formula presentations, and research. You've worked diligently to get here, to be here today, and for that, you should be proud because, trust me, I know that in and of itself is no easy feat. No doubt the work that you have done has not only laid the foundation for a brighter future for yourself, but it has also laid the foundation for those who will come after you. And more importantly, it has set you up for the accomplishment and the furtherance of truth and service. You have much to be proud of. However, while you're being proud of all your accomplishments and reveling in your accomplishments, you need to take time and not neglect to remember to thank those who have been behind you throughout this time. Your supporters, your loved ones, your family members, because they've had your backs along the way. So be thankful for them. This is your day. Happily, this is the day that you can all say that we came, we saw, and we soared. Congratulations, fellow Eagles of the classes of 2014 of the graduate programs and professional school programs. And all that you do, now and in perpetuity, I wish you all the absolute best. Congratulations. We made it. Chancellor Saunders White, administrators, members of the Board of Trustees, Dean Craig Taylor, NCCU faculty, staff, platform guests, and most importantly, my fellow Eagle graduates. I bring greetings on behalf of North Carolina Central University School of Law. My name is Ronald Williams II, and I've had the opportunity to serve as the Student Bar Association president for the 2013-2014 academic year. It was an honor to serve such a diverse, well-accomplished, and hardworking set of students. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about our experiences, if y'all don't mind. Our road to this day began in earnest with a required summer reading, To Kill a Mockingbird, a novel that set the stage for our legal education, woven with themes of providing legal assistance to the underserved and providing a voice to the voiceless. Today, we celebrate the end of our law school education and the fulfillment of our dreams to become attorneys while holding true to the lessons we learned in this institution. Now, the road to this day wasn't void of difficult moments. If we learned anything from our legal education, it's the importance of perseverance. Whether it was fighting with Professor Wright's multiples as a 1L, yes, that was more than 102 that did that. Recognizing that you might not graduate with the 4.0 after midterms. Whether it was wearing that regalia outside in 90-degree weather, you persevered through that. Or balancing life's unexpected moments with the demands of your education. Whether it's an unexpected child or mourning the loss of a loved one. Thank you. Today we stand as an example of those who are forged by fire, those who have been shaped by adversity and persevered to greatness. This skill will serve us long beyond our hallowed halls, whether it's advising a client with a tough case or advocating for an unpopular legal issue. I have no doubt that we are prepared to lead the legal fights of our future. So today I want to put the state and nation on notice that there are 136 of some of the brightest, well-trained, and soon-to-be licensed attorneys entering our profession. Trained to be socially responsible and molded by adversity. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause to celebrate our newest Eagle alumni, the North Carolina Central University class of 2014.
We're joined today by a number of people seated seated on the stage, who are also listed in your program, but I'd like to acknowledge and introduce them at this time. So when I call your names, would you please stand? Dr. Dwight Perry, Chair, NCCU Board of Trustees. Dr. John Ruffin, Commencement Speaker and candidate for Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters. Dr. Janice Harper, University Marshall. Dr. Hazel Reed, Vice Chancellor, Research and Economic Development. Dr. Harriet Davis, Vice Chancellor, Institutional Advancement. Dr. Jennifer Wilder, Interim Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs. Dr. Johnson Akinlehi, Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs. Reverend Michael Page, Director, Campus Ministry. Mr. Tsunami Mukabe, President, Graduate Students Association. Mr. Ronald Williams, President, Student Bar Association. Ms. Tanya Davis, President, NCCU National Alumni Association. Mr. Caesar Jackson, Interim Dean, School of Graduate Studies. Dr. Robert Wortham, Associate Dean, College of Behavioral and Social Sciences. Dr. Wanda Lester, Interim Dean, School of Business. Dr. Juanetta Lee, Dean, School of Education. Dr. Irene Owens, Dean, School of Library and Information Sciences. Dr. Carlton Wilson, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Attorney Phyllis Craig Taylor, Dean, School of Law. Dr. Jerome Goodwin, Registrar. Dr. Harvey McMurray, Chair, Faculty Senate. Ms. Janet Bunch, Chair, Staff Senate. Mr. John Barbee, North Carolina Central University Trustee. Mr. Paul Pope, North Carolina Central University Trustee. Mr. Ontario Wooten, Dean, University College. Dr. Kenneth Rogers, Faculty Marshal. And Dr. Sherry Eaton, Faculty Marshal. Would you please salute them? You may be seated. You may be seated. I offer a special welcome to any elected officials, retirees, and members of the clergy. If any current or former members of the University of North Carolina Board of Governors are present, would you please stand so that we can recognize you? North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees are dedicated individuals who keep our institution first. Dr. Dwight D. Perry, our chairman, leads by example. Will current and former members of the Board of Trustees please stand at this time? And members of the North Carolina Central University Foundation Board, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We will now hear a selection from that fabulous university choir led by Valera Green, conductor, and Mr. Durrett accompanying her on the piano. introducing our commencement speaker, a member of the North Carolina Central University family and a passionate healthcare activist, Dr. John Ruffin. Dr. Ruffin has been a leading advocate for the study of diseases that disproportionately impact communities of color and made a significant impact on the healthcare industry for more than 35 years. He served our institution for 13 years and helped set the groundwork for the significant achievements we now laud in the College of Arts and Sciences in our research institutes. Under his leadership, Dr. Ruffin was instrumental in helping our institution receive more than $26.8 million in grants from the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, for our 2 research institutes over the past 10 years. Upon his retirement last month from NIH, an agency he served for more than 24 years, most recently as director of the National Center for Minority Health and Health Disparities, NIH Director Dr. Francis Collins said this about Dr. Ruffin. He said, "John has done everything in his power to bring attention to and find solutions for the unequal burden of illness affecting minority, rural, and poor populations in this country. For the work done throughout your career to build healthier communities, Dr. Ruffin, we are all grateful." At this time, please welcome to the podium our commencement speaker, Dr. John Ruffin.
Good afternoon. It is so good to be back in North Carolina. When we lived here 1970, I guess the mid-70s until about August of 1990, there was a little jingle that used to play on TV and I guess sometime radio, and it said, and I'm quoting, "I like calling North Carolina home. I like calling North Carolina home." My wife, who's in the audience today, I'm sure would agree that we, along with our 3 children, still like calling Durham, North Carolina home. And I know many of you have enjoyed calling North Carolina home for the past few years, but I can tell you, even if you leave North Carolina to pursue your dreams, if you have fallen in love with North Carolina the way we did, and if North Carolina Central has been good to you, then you will always like calling North Carolina home. Chancellor Saunders White, faculty, the staff, and most of all, the graduates of this institution today, I am thrilled, and it is an utmost honor for me to join you today, and I thank you for the distinguished honor. This is a celebration, and it's a celebration for everyone here, and you should all be proud of this milestone. Congratulations to the graduates. This is your day to revel in your significant accomplishments, and it is one that you achieved through endurance. You achieved through hard work and the quality education that you've obtained here. North Carolina Central has given you a solid foundation where you can now go out into the world to serve humanity, and in so doing, make this a stronger United States of America. You're graduating at a time when we face so many social, so many economic, health, geopolitical, environmental, and global challenges. But I say to you, seize these challenges as opportunities for your exercise and put into practice the knowledge and skills that you have acquired here at NCCU. There is a litany of things that we know are not right in our country and this world, but it is not enough to complain. You must become a catalyst of change to correct the wrongs that exist in our society. As you embark on this new beginning, uncertain of what the job market may have to offer you, I encourage you to think about what drives you. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? Once you have identified that passion, then you want to be open-minded, you want to be flexible, and willing to take risk that can help you advance your passion and realize your dream. You're graduating from an institution that I am very, very passionate about. When I came to NCCU from Harvard, many people thought I was making a big mistake. They wanted to know why I would leave an Ivy League institution to come to an HBCU. But I was driven here by passion for research. Before coming to NCCU, I knew very little about the institution, this institution, or about this area. I knew a lot about HBCUs from my limited experience as a student at Dillard University in New Orleans and as a graduate student at Atlanta University in Atlanta, and I did brief teaching stint at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and at Alabama A&M in Huntsville. But from Huntsville, Alabama, we headed north to one of this country's most premier research institutions, Harvard, where I was mentored by one of its premier research scientists, Dr. Otto Sobrick. I later became a Cabot Teaching Research Fellow at Harvard, and during this time, two things happened that led me to this institution. I met the chair of biology at that time, Dr. Mary Towns, on a site visit in Arkansas. A graduate of this institution, she talked my head off about this fine institution. Later, I was asked by NIH to do a site visit to NCCU. Not only did you receive the grant, as I recall, but I had a chance to see the area. And what attracted me to NCCU was the blooming research environment that surrounded the university in the midst of Research Triangle Park. And before you knew it, Dr. Towns kept calling me about opportunities at NCCU and soon introduced me to Dr. Cecil Patterson, who at that time was the Vice President for Academic Affairs. She introduced me to Albert Whiting, who at that time was the Chancellor, and introduced me to Walter Patillo at that time, who was the Dean for undergraduate programs here at the university. Finally, I made the decision to come to NCCU, and I made that decision for one reason only, and that was to find out whether high-quality research could be done at a historically Black institution. I had no doubt about the quality of teaching here, but my question was, what about high-quality research? I envisioned immense research potential for NCCU because I thought all the ingredients were here. One, there were some facilities here, somewhat adequate, and there were all of these universities that were around: Duke, Carolina, State, St. Augustine, Shaw, Meredith College, that were apt for collaboration. And then you were surrounded by research conglomerates like Burroughs Wellcome at that time, Glaxo, IBM, and others. I traveled a lot in my career by this time, but I never came across any other area that was so rich with research possibilities. And that was the impetus for my interest in coming to NCCU, to find out whether high-quality research could be done at North Carolina Central University. I believed it could, as long as all of the players cooperated, and indeed they did. Not only did I have students when I arrived who were eager to learn, like Joan Packingham, now Dr. Joan Packingham, PhD, Rochelle Elaine Faison, now Dr. Faison, MD, Carol Brown, now Dr. Brown, PhD, Avis Artis, now Dr. Artis, MD, and the list just go on of NCCU graduates who are now accomplished, including 2 or 3 that I've hired at the National Institutes of Health, all of whom continue to stay in touch with me. But I also, when I arrived, in addition to the students, I had colleagues here who were willing to collaborate and partner to develop the NCCU research infrastructure. Who could forget Dr. Totten, former chair of chemistry, who worked with me to obtain our first grant from the National Cancer Institute. Dr. Israel Totten and I worked very, very hard together. Jerry Schooler, who was chair of chemistry, Dr. Bob Isidore, Dr. John Myers, with whom I worked to obtain our first MBRS and our first MARC grant. We were able to attract research funding from the NCI and the EPA, and I'll never forget it, to purchase our first electron microscope here at NCCU. That was a blessing to me because what it meant was that I no longer had to drive all the way to Atlanta to use those facilities. While here, in addition to my colleagues and great students, I found an area that were willing to work together and companies like Burroughs Wellcome that were willing to support programs that would offer career opportunities for minorities and professional advancement for faculty. There was support too, I must say, from North Carolina General Administration. I will never forget the cooperation and the support that I received from Dr. Friday, who was then the president of the system, and also from President C.D. Spangler, who also helped us in developing our infrastructure. Democratic and Republican governors recognized and supported our work. I was appointed to the North Carolina Board of Science and Technology under Governor Jim Hunt, and then reappointed by Governor Bill Martin to the Board of Science and Technology. And while I was working to build partnership, I have to tell you the truth. While I was doing that, I was also complaining a bit. Then, before you knew it, as a result of those complaints, positive complaint, but complaint nonetheless, before you knew it, here come Dr. Towns again to inform me that she had been asked to serve as graduate dean and that Dr. Cecil Patterson had asked her to ask me to assume her role as biology chair. I'm telling you the truth. I sent her packing when she gave me that message. The answer was no way. Then, those of you, you're young, you don't know Cecil Patterson. Then Cecil Patterson wanted to see me. And in a nutshell, here's what he said to me, and this may have launched my career as it relates to administration. What Pat said to me in a nutshell is this, and I'm almost quoting him. He said, you give up your right to gripe if you are not willing to step into a role where you can help to improve the shortcomings. Now, for me, that was it. I did not want to lose my right to gripe, so I took the risk to be chair of biology, and from there I went on to become dean of arts and sciences here at this university. And these positions, I have to tell you, allowed me to do a lot of things. It allowed me many, many opportunities to accomplish a lot of different opportunities as a result. Now, here's my message to you after that background. Here's my message. My message to you is, don't be afraid to take risk. Weigh your options. Think about the risk of not taking risk and the potential, the possibilities, and the power that you can deny yourself and others because of a shadow of fear. By the time I left North Carolina Central University in 1990 for the National Institutes of Health, I left this institution with confidence that yes, high-quality research can be done at a historically black college. I had found my answer. I had found my answer. High-quality research to change society can be done and was being done right here at NCCU. The creation of the Biomedical Biotechnology Research Institute, your BBRI, and initiatives like the Biomanufacturing Research Institute and Technology Enterprise, your BRIGHT program, are all testaments to the research enterprise and to the research expertise that you have fostered here. This is the power of flexibility. This was the result of taking risk. Today, you have an HBCU here, North Carolina Central, that has one of the most innovative biotechnology initiatives in the country. And you now graduate and have PhD programs. This is the power of collaboration. It is the power of partnership, which I'm so pleased to see that NCCU continues to uphold in many ways through its programs. This is a critical lesson and strategy that you want to take with you and apply throughout your career. Collaboration and partnership are pivotal in achieving results. It is difficult to accomplish anything at all and do it in a silo, particularly given the magnitude of the issues that we confront that need leaders like you, from health disparities and poverty to social and environmental injustice. At the NIH, as the Chancellor indicated, I spent 24 years working to create a national health disparities research enterprise that would not only make health disparities a priority for NIH, but for the nation. Through the spirit of collaboration and through the spirit of partnership within the NIH, among the agencies of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services across the federal government, with state, local, and tribal governments, congressional leaders, community-based, faith-based organizations, and many others, we worked to bring multiple disciplines together to address health disparities. It was not an easy task, but we were passionate and committed to find solutions to eliminate health disparities, and we stayed the course, educating and convincing people that health disparities are real. We built coalitions, mobilized and listened to the community, planned strategically, and took innovative approaches to stimulate national discourse around health disparities. We have not yet found the solution. But what we have is a solid infrastructure of partners and programs like the Center for Innovative in Health Disparities Research that you have here at NCCU that needs innovators like you from diverse populations and disciplines. We need you to accelerate the pace in finding solutions to end the health, economic, social, and environmental disparities that are plaguing our communities. I found my answer about high-quality research here at NCCU, and I moved on to create more opportunities that would allow NCCU to expand its possibilities. Now, what about you? You came here to this university looking for something too, just as I did many years ago. The question is, did you find it? And if so, What will you do with it? Today is your day to celebrate all that you have worked so hard to accomplish. I know for many of you there is a sense of trepidation because of the current economic climate in which we find ourselves. But I encourage you, graduates, to stay focused and do not allow your dreams to die. Instead, you have to be innovative in finding your niche. And if your dream is not within reach, you may have to create your own niche. You may have to be prepared for that. You have come this far with an advanced degree, and it means that you cannot afford to stop. You have to go the distance. And in going the distance, you will have to learn to be patient. You have to learn and understand political culture at many levels, within and outside of your organization. And you have to surround yourself with mentors. I know it can be disheartening to think about the limited opportunities available to you and the many challenges that we face in this nation and the global community. But these challenges must not derail your dreams. Instead, let them inspire you to be creative. We have, and I can tell you this from 24 years now, we have a broken political system that needs to be reimagined with leaders who are about the business of the American people and the issue that matters to people. We need leaders like you who can help to move the country forward. We need congressional leaders who are working for people, not for personal interest and gain or partisan advancement. We need politicians who genuinely care about the issue that matters to us and who can get our country back on track. We need leaders who know how to effectively collaborate, who are skilled at bringing solutions. We had the first African-American president in the White House who has been blocked from doing so many important things in this country, not only because he's a Democrat, but I would dare say because of who he is. And that begs the question, have we overcome when racism still permeates our society at every level? Politics, healthcare, and oh yeah, sports. Education too, for example. We have work to do. We have a lot of work to do in educating the ignorant, re-educating and moving even educated people into the 21st century, where opportunities should be colorblind, where leadership in this country should be colorblind, where solutions in this country are colorblind, and where we all have an equal opportunity to excel in any area we choose. Whether you are a law graduate today, whether it's business, whether it's library and information science, behavioral and social science, or education graduates, there are areas where you can find, and in some instances will have to create, opportunities. Pay attention to local, state, and federal policies, legislation, and regulations that have to be implemented. Just this week, I noticed you began testing the new voting law here in North Carolina. Is it working? How can you help raise awareness about the law and its many implications for minority and low-income groups, especially as we approach general elections? What will be your contribution in making sure that the Affordable Care Act works? Millions of Americans in minority communities that once lacked access to medical care now have an opportunity to have a primary care doctor and a regular source of care. But yet there are so many more that are still uninsured or underinsured. How can you help to reform our healthcare system? There are many provisions of the Affordable Care Act that have to be implemented, and they have to be implemented by local, state, and federal agencies. They have to be implemented by hospitals and health centers and community-based organizations. These are the opportunities for you to contribute. Environmental justice, just a few words, is a threat to our health as Americans. We're now looking for strategies to address climate change and slow the pace of global warming, which has evolved due to man-made interventions. Approximately 134 million Americans reside in chemical vulnerability zones where health and well-being are threatened by the day-to-day operation of nearby chemical plants and potential chemical accidents. Unfortunately, most of these are poor African Americans and Latinos who reside, work, or worship near these chemical plants. Many of them I could point out to you here in North Carolina. How long will we ignore these injustices? We must not wait for another disaster before we address these issues. Inequities in wealth, income, and quality of life remain on the rise in this country and globally. More than 46 million Americans live in poverty, with 21% of them being children. We need leaders and innovators in business and finance to help boost our economic course. There are many young people in this country and may never be as fortunate as you to earn an advanced degree unless we have more people like you, educators, behavioral and social science professionals, committed to these issues, moving into positions where you can make a difference and bringing others along, opening doors of opportunities that otherwise would not have been within reach, and taking on these issues head on. I've retired, as you heard from the Chancellor now, from federal service, as you all know, after working to create opportunities for individuals like you, institutions like NCCU, to produce leaders who can continue to work. I'm looking for torchbearers who can carry on the legacy here at NCCU, at NIH, and around this country. Torchbearers who are passionate and committed to ensuring that the issue of health disparities become a phenomenon of the past, at least in your generation. As an NCCU Eagle, you have to keep on soaring high. But, as you soar high, remember the critical role that North Carolina Central University played in giving you a launching pad. Don't be the next judge, and don't be the next governor who received his law degree right here at NCCU, but never listed it in his CV. Don't be the next judge or lawyer that refused to put your plaque on the wall that says, I'm a graduate of North Carolina Central University, and to be very, very proud of that fact. Success, people, success lies in remembering your roots and in giving back. Our past experiences must help to positively shape our future and that of generations to come. We need innovation. We need new ideas. We need new approaches and refreshing energy. We need a new generation of what I call social justice activists who can give voice to the voiceless. Don't stop learning. Learn from your experiences, whether they are success or failures. Live by principle, graduates, and don't be afraid to take risks. Fly like an eagle of excellence, and let today's societal challenges light a path to a successful career of opportunities. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you all.
Dr. Ruffin, thank you for charging our graduates to be active advocates for change and inspiring them to do more to expand their potential. Dr. Ruffin, in recognition of your extraordinary work in the healthcare industry, and improving the overall well-being of our communities and our nation, North Carolina Central University is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Dr. Ruffin, for nearly 3 decades, you have demonstrated a strong commitment to eradicating health disparities. You are a true example of someone who lives out our motto, truth and service. And for all your many contributions, I present you now with a citation noting your accomplishments. Students who are graduating with honors, will you now stand to be recognized? Provost Akinlaid, please come forward.
Will all students graduating with honors please stand? You're standing already. North Carolina Central University is proud to congratulate you, all of the graduates, and to offer our gratitude to you on this very momentous occasion. We pause now to especially recognize those who have excelled academically, placing them in special classification of honor students. To you, honor students, we say thanks for your high academic achievement. We celebrate that achievement as you fulfill the essential purpose of higher education and inspire those who follow you. From its beginning as the National Religious Training School and Charter Corps, this institution has grown tremendously, but has held to its primary mission of academic excellence and education for service. It is your good fortune to be here today as beneficiaries of a legacy of vision, sacrifice, and achievement. Again, congratulations on your outstanding achievement, outstanding academic performance, and you may continue to soar high with the eagles. Who can predict to what heights you can and will soar?
You may be seated. Graduate and professional degrees will now be conferred. Provost Aguilar.
Chancellor Sanders White, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the several graduate and professional schools of North Carolina Central University, and have been certified by the registrar and recommended by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to be awarded the appropriate graduate degrees. Will the summa cum laude candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Music, Master of Public Administration, Master of Social Work, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of School Administration, Master of Information Science, Master of Library Science, Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Science, and Juris Doctor. Please stand and remain standing. Will the magna cum laude candidates in those same degrees programs stand and remain standing? Will the cum laude candidates in those same degree programs stand and remain standing? Would all other candidates for the same degree programs please stand and remain standing? Chancellor Sanders White, it is with pleasure that I present to you these candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation in their respective academic programs. They have been certified by the registrar, approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees, and are now recommended to you for conferral of the graduate degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the respective schools and colleges of the university, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Central University and by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, I do hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified with all the rights, the privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Robert Wortham, Associate Dean for the College of Behavior and Social Sciences, Dr. Wanda Lester, Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Wynetta Lee, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Irene Owens, Dean of the School of Library and Information Sciences, and Attorney Phyllis Craig Taylor, Dean of the School of Law, will announce the candidates for graduate and professional degrees in their respective colleges and schools.
Good afternoon. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Music, Master of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences please move to the platform?
Delisa D. Hawks. Margaret Morgan. Scott Terriot. Caitlin Harris. Katrina Lopearl. Darren Steele. Miguel Hidalgo Monroy. Anthony Macolson Peterson. Courtney Rochelle Bailey. Malik Yan. Jeonhan Kim. Jason Su. Felicia S. Leslie. Ashley Bynum. Jared M. Frazier. Christonia L. Spruill. Sandra Util. Shantae Adams. Sanjay Kumar Danda. Yam Shrestha. Daniel T. Egbe. Goral Trivedi.
Congratulations. Welcome to the Academy. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Art, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Social Work in the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences please move toward the podium?
Dolores B. Williams. Veronica Smith Brown. Courtney D. Ward. Jocelyn Cuff. Teresa Banks. Patience O. Chukwu. Penny L. Reddy. Tyrone S. James. Deborah D. Wilson. Brittany Harris Davis. Crystal L. Brooks. Paul A. Johnston, Jr. Nicholas G. Sullivan. Tiara Green. Angela J. Williams. Victor L. Collins. Elisa L. Canty. Paris J. Baker. Johnny Taylor, Jr. Gwendolyn J. Douglas. Cynthia Nieves. Lucretia Pickney. Kaiti L. Parson. Jamal D. Mullen. Kimberly L. Morrell. Lentora S. Rogers. Tamika D. Powell. Ashanti F. Ashley. Andre M. Williams. Delia Pemberton Barrington. Katrina B. Walker. James E. Williams. Stephanie L. Bostic. Monica M. Musgrove. Tiffany Kelly. Okar Odafo. Melissa N. Richardson. Amanda L. Morris. Lorenzo Hansley. Ladesha L. Harrington. Sasha B. Bolden. Taylor J. Clausen. Layla A. Martin. Jessica A. Mohabir. Ashley A. Cook. Sharika P. Oliver. Monica L. Taylor. Veronica Y. Mayo. Sabrina R. Williams. Rhonda L. Dickens. Kanisha Baggett. Justin T. Hill. Bernadette R. Wortham. Ebony L. Williams. Elavia Bodie. Justin L. Sutton.
Congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please advance toward the platform?
Leighton C. Ford. Lawrence S. Jenkins. Stephanie Smith. Charles Odamate. Awana L. Jones. Manny Kurian. Jamal K. Levon. Toya J. Howell. Katina E. Townsend. Contina L. McNeil. Michelle T. Common. Kalila Givens White. Daniqua S. Rodriguez. And Philip S. Carey.
Master of School Administration in the School of Education move to the platform.
Michael E. Butts Jr. Laura M. Valentine. Ingrid Sadler Walker. Sophia Pitts. Kathleen C. O'Connell. Christine S. Dieterle. Richard Combs. Paula Mushburn Lucas. Thea B. Jones. Rachel Archer. Sheena M. Jacobs. Lynn L. Douglas. Samuel A. Perkins. Delilah J. Kelly. Jasmine Ray Goldman. Laura Moeller. LaDonna M. Kearney. Georgette T. Leary. Natasha Sanders. Akeisha S. Lewis. Veronica E. Black. Chelsea Barton Hemmings. Lacavia D. Jackson. Kevin L. Collins. Kaylee P. Dabo. Rebecca A. Jung. Teresa L. Erickson. Sheila B. Flynn. Laya Casopoulos. Ariel Tanisha T. Powers. Heather R. Heath. Jessica L. Dawson. Kendra L. McCarter. Lucy C. Plyler. Kyle E. Pittman. Adam G. Woodrum. Christina D. Robinson. Mojisola Ajajumo. Priscilla G. Ross. Rosalind N. McCullers. Amora W. Cameron. Leslie D. Blake. Connie W. Britt. Pamela T. Criswell. Natasha Lynn S. Snipes. Tawanda D. Willis. Dolly M. Bradford. Andrea N. Johnson. Michael J. Crosby. Sheena T. Body. Tamar R. Foster. Nikki Smoot. Denise M. Smith. Richard W. Lewis.
Congratulations to each and every one of you. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Information Science and Master of Library Science please move to the platform?
Sharika L. Crossland. John E. Badusian. Natasha E. Farrington. James M. Faison Jr. Vincent J. Wiggins. Fonda L. Araby. Marissa S. Elkerson. Letitia F. Scarborough. Christiana H. Sanders. Stephanie G. Bass. Calvin C. Lynch. Leighton C. Ford. Charles J. Odamate. Latoya D. Gardner. Deanne Brain. Amber Glenn Thomas. Matthew J. Schaefer. Maya L. Sutton. Desiree A. Peterson. Brittany A. Boynton. Nancy B. Hilsman. Ronika J. Williams. Brenda B. Ofori. Damaris A. Murray. Michelle T. Carmen. Kayla N. Price. Cassandra N. Patterson.
Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates receiving the Juris Doctor degree from the School of Law please approach the podium?
Jason D. Farley. Joshua W. Owen. Emily J. Urch. Lauren A. Buckner. Cindy E. Arevalo. Kristen C. Andrews. Matthew E. Buckner. Stephen M. Dunn. Janelle S. Patel. Amelia C. O'Rourke Owens. Adam P. Mencher. William G. Pagan. Lawrence F. Dempsey. Jamie A. Howard. Sharifatu B. Bangura. Chandrika M. Rennell. Christopher W. West. Melissa L. Reed. Jordan M. Cabe. Jason P. Howe. Chad W. Rigsby. Jonathan S. Dixon. Michael B. King. Naomi L. Ellis. Elena Nesh. Solmaz Tagavi. Meredith E. Darlington. Chastity N. Hinton. Joshua E. Hall. Sonye N. Randolph. Taylor J. Smith.
Edith H. Serrano. Chana M. Powell. LaShonda M. Sampson. Elizabeth I. Evans. Haley A. Cooper. Aria K. DePuch Freeman. Whitney S. McCrae Williams. Aaron M. Swinney. Stephanie K. Ferris. Aaron P. Hales. Helen S. Badur. Carmina J. Ishak. Brittany E. Davis. Courtney A. Shelley. Megan A. Hahn. Margaret H. Cromer. Rebecca J. Sedgwick. Matthew B. Gilliland. Christopher C. Barn. Franklin S. McKinney. Jonathan J. Evans. Caleb D. Wingate. Micah J. Bird.
Shanae Dawkins. David R. Bell. Cameron B. Belton. Caroline B. Denning. Vanessa M. Curtis. Glenna E. Boston. David E. Bridges. Ana S. Nunez. Shane V. Farr. William C. Parker. Michael Alexander Evans. Brittany D. Bailey. Sophia V. King. David J. Garvin Jr. Tiffany N. Rulak. O. Victoria Sowabimo. Thomas J. Keen Dawes. Kayla L. Davis. Rebecca H. Ugolik. Norvella C. Pendergrass. Tamara A. Bland. Jennifer R. Claude White. Ashley L. Carter. Janetta N. Smith. Jasmine A. Crawford. Ashley B. Harris. Shalandra R. Greenleaf.
Megan E. Kuntz. Molly Elizabeth Morgan. Lynn E. Roberts III. Gregory R. Spears. Justin L. Sutton. Angelica N. McDonald. Jonathan M. Jerkins. Kayla N. Price. Kelly E. Quick. Elizabeth Thornberry Moore. Lisa W. Hodges. Lindsay Paige Albertson. Scotty L. Speece. Ashwini Kumar Wankiti. Arun Saglik. Melvin C. Parker. Philip S. Carey. Daniqua S. Rodriguez. Kalila Givens White. Alicia Chantel Benjamin. Sable K. Nelson. Delana J. Culler. Cassandra N. Patterson. Sayani T. Mukambe. Ronald D. Williams II. James S. Whitlock III. Justin Everett.
Graduates who have received their degrees at these exercises, please stand. Please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in giving these graduates another round of applause? Congratulations. Please be seated.
Ms. Tanya Davis, President of North Carolina Central University's National Alumni Association, will now conduct the induction ceremony for the Spring 2014 graduates. Ms. Davis.
To Chancellor Saunders White, the presiding official over these exercises. To Commencement Speaker, Dr. John Ruffin. To Dr. Perry, Chairman of the Board of Trustees and members of the board. To Ms. Frankie Perry, President of the NCCU Foundation, and to the Board of Directors. Provost Dr. Akinleye, administrators, faculty, staff, students, alumni, friends, and special acknowledgement to this class of 2014. Commencement exercises are special ceremonies that mark the culmination of academic rigor and personal sacrifices. Generally, when pursuing a graduate or professional degree, one is working and/or maybe even taking care of a family. So to reach an occasion such as today is a real accomplishment and one for which you should feel proud. It is with great pleasure to welcome each of you to the Eagle family, whether as a first-time Eagle or a returning Eagle. The Alumni Association is excited for you this afternoon and wishes you the best as you do great things in your profession and communities. I hope you have received your gift bag containing the gift from the Alumni Association, especially the complimentary one-year national membership that is being offered to you. If you did not pick up your bag, please do so by contacting the Office of Alumni Relations on the corner of Fayetteville and Cecil Streets to receive it. At this time, will the graduates please stand and repeat after me? I hereby solemnly pledge unbroken allegiance to my alma mater, in appreciation for the opportunities for development afforded me as a student at North Carolina Central University. I pledge active membership in the Alumni Association wherever I may be. Through association with fellow alumni, I shall ever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of my alma mater. I pledge as a citizen to exemplify high ideals thus implied, seeking truth always, rendering positive service to community, state, and nation, and so to live as ever to bring honor and respect to my alma mater. You are now duly inducted members of the North Carolina Central University Alumni Association. Eagles up, soaring high, welcome to the family. You may be seated.
Graduates, as you prepare to begin the next chapter of your lives and put this degree you now possess to use, I urge you, I implore you, turn your love for this great institution and the memories you've created here in support of North Carolina Central University, so that we just not survive, but that we thrive. In 1909, a young pharmacist, Dr. James E. Shepard, thought of a place that he called the National Religious Training School and Chautauqua for the colored race. He said, this should be a place where we develop young men and women of fine character and sound academic training, requisites, he thought, for real service to a nation. The viability of our beloved NCCU and other HBCUs depends upon you. It is your responsibility to keep the dream and the vision of our founder alive. Without question, our faculties have prepared you. You are scholars. You are legal eagles who will transform our world. Your alma mater asks one thing, that you tell your story, that you tell your story with passion, that you let others understand the unique experiences that are offered here at North Carolina Central University. And while I said there is only one thing we ask of you, that's not quite true, because there's another. We ask that when you are asked, that you give back, and you give back generously.
Now, some of you are laughing, but let me share with you this wonderful place called North Carolina Central University have provided you an opportunity, the gateway to a wonderful future. It's a small price to pay for what you will do for our nation. So today I say to you, North Carolina Central University alums, we expect you to spread your wings. We expect you not just to flap. We expect you to soar. Now let's get on with it.
Let us now prepare our hearts and our minds for our benediction. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for what our eyes have seen, our ears have heard, and what our hearts have felt. We ask you now that your peace will be upon us, your grace will surround us, and your love will continue to encompass. We ask you now also that when we leave from this place, we leave to serve this present age, our calling to fulfill. We give you glory, honor, and praise for your wondrous works. In your mighty name, let all of us say amen.
Chancellor Saunders White, with your permission, I declare our 123rd commencement exercises closed.